All right,
Hey
all right,
everyone,
all right. We're gonna do the Kevin
what's
Hart
going on? I'm done.
intro.
Already starting. We didn't even just start. We just started.
I'm in a new little location today. I think the lighting in here is much better. So
Mine's not. I'm gonna be so honest. Look at this. This is the fixture I'm dealing with.
is that the LED light?
No,
What do they
This is what the people had in the house. This is probably why they got a divorce. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
terrible, terrible. So how have you been since our house?
Last time,
Yes, how's everything been?
a lot. There's a lot, but there's nothing I can do but move with it. I consciously now will say that from our first episode, I purposely take everything purpose driven.
Hmm.
Um, I don't take anything really serious. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I just have to work through it. It's not necessarily always going to be because of me, but it's because God wants, or my higher power wants me to go through that situation. So I want to thank you for that.
Yes, everything we go through, we grow through.
Yeah,
So,
but everything else been good. I mean,
oh,
everything's moving so fast.
you never caught me up on that situation with the school. So you got to tell me about that. Not on here, but we got to talk about that because you didn't tell
I never
me.
called them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Huh?
I ain't even gonna hold you. I didn't call. I didn't call them because I just my mental. I couldn't. So I just, he can see a class there, which is a computer class for his degree anyway.
Hmm.
So I told him the more information they give to you is the better for you. So just take that one class, be done with it. You walk in May, we're over and done with it. We ain't gotta worry about it. Some
Yeah,
things you just don't need to fight. Some things just let God work it through.
right. So for
They're
the
wrong.
listeners, right, for the listeners, there was an issue with her son's schooling, and we talked about it, about what was the best way to go about it, because there was just a lot of miscommunication. And one of the biggest things that I think came from that is knowing how to advocate for your child,
Yeah, yeah,
knowing how to
very
advocate
big.
for your child. It because people will talk around the moon when they don't want to do something for your child, and you have to know how to stand firm and be like, no, because this is what you said, and I got the proof, I got the receipts.
And that's
So
exactly
that,
what happened.
yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah, that's it.
This week had, well, since I think since the new year, I'm gonna say this, since the new year,
I
when
was
we
about to ask you
said
how you been.
this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to do it, and this is the plan,
But
it just feels like everything went left,
mm,
like real left. Being intentional became harder. And usually that's what happens when, right,
mhm,
when you are being intentional, that's when the hurdles and obstacles and whatnot come in to prevent you from being intentional. And
yeah,
it just, and I don't know if it's just been kind of like the holidays back to back, for me at least. It was, I had the Monday off for Christmas and then the Friday off for New Year's Eve. And then I had the Monday off for New Year's Day. And then I took that Friday off. Then I went back for a full week. I got sick. So I was off one of the days. And then this week I had off Monday for Martin Luther King Day. And I just feel like those days off and the rest in between just threw my schedule off. So it's like this morning, what's today?
I don't know. Hold on. Today's Wednesday.
Like, wait, we supposed to record today?
Mm-mm.
Like,
You were supposed to remember yesterday, Miss.
yeah,
I know that it was Monday when I told you it was Monday for Tuesday, so we're gonna,
right.
okay. So I can
Like
understand because it's just happening so fast.
the days have been off, and it's just like as soon as you set a goal to be intentional
Mhm.
in being purposeful, that's when the obstacles come. But we have to what's the word I'm looking for, we have to make sure that we stays steady fast, right?
Mhm.
And so now what I'm going to do tonight is to put things in my calendar with reminders.
Mhm.
So I can stay on top of things and write things down. Because if I
Mhm.
don't, when I close this laptop today,
Anita.
it, I'll
Anita.
make it until you text me or call me, and I'm like, girl, once I close that laptop, it was over.
Anita. Yesterday I just knew, but yesterday was a lot going on. It's just been every day has been something like you said, just been going on. See, I'd washed my hair finally. I did apple cider vinegar wash with the baking soda. She's
Mm-hmm,
all together. She hasn't been reading Twister or anything because my birthday's next month, so I'm just waiting because I need to read it.
mm-hmm,
Um, I still got her hair that I'm trying to continue to lock. What do you call it? Crochet. What do you call it? Interlock. I'm having a moment. To
mm-hmm,
interlock. She has a lot of hair. The
mm-hmm,
sister locks are not. I need like, and then like you said, the days that we do get to break, we can't
mm-hmm,
break.
mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I have to do something for school during the day. Then come back. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be going to come home and then go back for her. I wish I could just grab her and take her to. Then I guess she got piano tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot to do, but we're gonna
Back to
start.
plantation on Friday.
She calls her job the plantation, guys. Her job is the plantation. Is
Correction. My husband called it the plantation.
it?
I just adapted the word because it just seems right. And
Yeah,
then, and then
but
then life all over again. But we, like you said, we have to get it has like we still have to do things.
yeah,
But it's going to happen. I'm not worried about that. I know we have stuff going on, but I know that this is easy for us, so it's not a job.
right.
And I enjoy when I tell you I'm driving in the car listening to us. I'm
Hmm.
critiquing myself, and I'm like, next time,
Right.
this is what I do. This is how I say it. This is how I sound.
So you
And
saying by season 2, episode 1,
mhm,
you gonna
yes,
have it all.
right, yes,
You see how I
because
put that into existence? Season 2, episode 1.
season two gonna be. We, I this is how I look at the beginning stage of what we're doing.
Hmm.
Remember mixtape season back in the day?
Yeah, yeah,
This is our mixtape.
yeah.
We gonna have an
Right, until
album
we get
season
picked up
two.
by till we get that contract deal, then we gonna drop the album. Yep.
So that's how I look at it. I was explaining
Yeah.
that to Steve the other day. I was like, we are in our mixtape season. We show up, we do the best we can, we critique ourselves, we do better, we don't, we back and forth. Like I'm telling you, I enjoy listening to us,
Mhm,
even though it's two on the podcast, on Apple Podcast,
mhm.
Spotify,
Time out.
and
Time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. For everyone who has been watching us on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, you're subscribed everywhere, you liked everything. We forgot to tell you guys that we are
uh
now live on your Apple and Spotify spot podcast. So you can listen to us in the car. You won't be distracted by trying to watch our videos. You could just put the audio on now and listen to us.
and iHeartRadio.
Oh, then I didn't know we had our
Yes, and I'm waiting for Google Podcast because that's something that I need to do.
radio. Look at
We
that.
are
Look
out
at
here.
there. We out here.
And
So
now we
yes,
live. We could be
you
we
can
are both live on TikTok. So
TikTok.
it's gonna be
Yes.
a whole movie. This is our mixtape season.
Yes. So for those who are listening to us on the podcast, that's how you got introduced to us through the podcast.
Mhm.
Be sure to go and like all of our social media pages, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We are there so that the people driving in the car can meet the people sitting at home watching.
Yeah, because you know what? That's another thing that I posted that's very intentional. You never know. You may not want to listen to what we have to say, but there may be somebody going through something or somebody not telling you that they're going through something that needs to hear what we're saying. You know,
Right,
it's all intentional.
right, right,
Don't skip over us. Don't scroll by without saying, you know what? Not sure if Becky going through it, but let me send her what's going on with these young ladies and see if it'll help her. Send us your topic still. We are still waiting for your topic,
right, right,
and that's easy for us to do.
right,
We have a lot of content. It's not like we don't have. We have it. I write it. She puts it in orders. We have a system,
right,
and we know what direction we want to go in.
right,
So I'm excited. I'm truly excited. I'm happy for this.
right. So speaking of intentional, let's get into today's episode topic. Um, you Today's topic is about self-worth. And I wanted to kind of segue into it off of the word intentional because knowing your worth, believing, I shouldn't say knowing, believing in your worth is, I believe, an intentional act. You
Yeah,
have to purposely believe that you are worthy, you are worth more than diamonds and pearls and rubies, right? So,
yeah,
um, we're going to start off by, um, I don't want to, so I guess the question I'll start with is, do your goals, right? Do your
hmm
goals that you have set for yourself
hmm
showcase what you are worth? Does that make sense?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you have goals that are on the level in which you carry yourself?
Now, yes.
Mhm.
Before, no.
What is the difference between before and now?
Uh, um, Now meaning not just 2024, but um, when I intentionally decided to do something, have my when I intentionally decided that I wanted to start selling herbal teas.
Mhm.
That was the start,
Mhm.
which was I told you the ending of 2021, beginning of 2022.
Mhm.
Before that, my goals didn't match that because I was doing it unintentionally for other people,
Mhm.
not for myself.
Mhm.
I was trying to please my family, not my kids or my husband, but my family, my parents, my not both my parents, but my one parent, my brother, my older brother, people that expect something more.
So you felt like in the past you had to do something. You had
Yes,
to prove that you were productive. So you said,
yes,
"Well, let
that
me
I
start
was
this
very much
business."
productive.
Right.
hmm
Even though, healing is something that you enjoy, it just felt more forced than this is what I truly want to do because this is what I enjoy doing.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I was so trying to please um, their idea of what they see me doing and not what I am chosen, what I'm chosen for. Went to go get my nails filling, and I met this guy, and I wasn't even going to stop at this spot
Mhm.
because it's like right around the corner, and I was going to go farther. Um, so as I'm driving, I'm just like, I don't feel like driving all the way down here. And I don't know these people. I don't know how they do. It's
Mhm.
not like us half in Jersey. We know where we're going. We know who goes to. We know what's going to be right. But I don't know no. I don't know anything still. I feel like I'm still new to everything down here. And I spoke to the owner. I was speaking to the owner of the shop that I decided to stop at, and I didn't want to pay what they were charging. And I was just like, you know what, whatever. At this point, let me just do what I do so I can go back home and finish everything that I do for the podcast, for the teas, fulfill
Mhm.
some teas. So I met. His name is Young Guy. So he goes by Young Guy, and we just started. I don't even know. We just started talking and about what I do and where I go. Uh, Not where I go, but where I'm going in life
Mhm.
with this. And he said to me, he's like, "What made you pick tea?" I said, "It wasn't that I picked it." And I'm sitting there looking at him like, I didn't pick anything. He was like, "Well, how do you know so much about herbs?" And then I thought, I was like, I'm of Jamaican descent. My
Mhm.
parents are Jamaican. Um, I watch my grandparents, my mother, everybody speak on it. I've always been around it. And I always have drunk the tea. I know what it does for you. I know the benefits that it can help you with, how you can get better with this type of internal healing,
Mhm.
other than taking, pharmaceutical drugs, which to me, if there is a pharmaceutical drug for it, there's a herb for it.
Right.
And he was like, because he's from Vietnam,
Mhm.
and he was like, he was like, it really was your purpose. He was like, because just to hear you speak, he's like, how old are you? Like, how old are you? I was like, he was like, I bet you I'm older than you. I was like, I bet you you're not. And he started talking and he was like, well, how old are you? I was like, I'm 38. I'll be 39 next month. He was like, what do you mean? Like, how are you that old? You look nothing of your age.
Mhm.
And then I started talking about herbs and self loving yourself, your self worth. And
Mhm.
I realized that at that moment that I didn't choose this. I didn't choose this love for earth. It was already chosen for me.
Mhm.
Um, it doesn't make me sad. It doesn't make me, it empowers me knowing that I can help. So I then started explaining to him about Vervain, or what some people may say Vervine.
Mhm.
And Vervine, it actually helps in so many different ways. So I was explaining to him how I introduced it to one of my coworkers for her husband, and she was telling me how her husband has not taken any medication since he's been drinking the river.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and
That's
he
good.
has back issues. Yes, so I asked her if she could send me an email with that information because it's important that people know that I'm not just making these things up.
Right.
I am actually helping people and they're enjoying this stuff. Um,
So you found your purpose
purpose.
within
Hmm.
healing, which is starting to align with the goals you set for yourself.
Yes, because the goal is to truly just walk with my higher power and how he or they walk. And I know that that will unlock my benefit of my life.
Mhm.
So yeah, that I found myself worth a couple years back, and I am very proud of the direction that I'm going in. It's going to be a slow process, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Though.
Yeah. So we're being intentional about self and where we're going.
Yeah,
Um and in order to be intentional with self and know where you're going, do you think that it starts with loving yourself?
absolutely. Absolutely. You
When
remember we were talking about in episode one about um, actually stripping everything from who you're known to be,
mhm,
a mother, a daughter, a friend, uh, confidant,
mhm,
like all of the above. And I'm telling you, even our episodes are healing me. I'm
mm.
healing. I enjoy
You enjoy say that again?
listening to our
Oh,
conversations as
mm,
if I'm someone else.
mm, okay. That's
And
interesting.
isn't
Yeah.
why?
Because this it wasn't an episode. This was a live we did, and I think it was the first live. And I said, "I'm here to help you."
You were gonna say that, and I'm gonna put this right in the clip.
I said, "I'm here to help you." Um, and you
You
said
can say it.
that just now. You said that listening to us is healing you, and we
Hmm.
say this. We said this in our lives that we want to talk about things that have affected us, and I think I said that we're always forever in a state of healing, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Yes, you did.
um I'm not saying that I'm fully healed and I'm like you're not helping me, but what I'm saying is that if you feel like listening back to our episodes and our podcast is healing you, there's still an area within you that needed
There.
this.
Hmm.
You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? Like
Yeah.
the journey of it all could be doing something for your ultimate purpose. Right
Yeah.
now, it is selling the teas, but the overall purpose it could be grander than that. So it's interesting. I'm sure as we continue to talk, we'll unravel some more of that. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
I enjoy it. I think going back to what you said, you have to love yourself.
Hmm.
You have to strip who you are known for on a daily so you can find out exactly what you mean, Natalie. What do you enjoy? What do you like? What do you, because that in turn will help put those pieces back together.
Hmm.
Because then you can be a mother, you can be a
Hmm.
sister, you can be a friend, you can be who you are. And the biggest thing that people don't realize and they take for granted or they use it against people, as I get now as well,
Hmm.
is you have to be okay with not explaining yourself if you don't feel like an explanation is needed.
Hmm.
If you need to take time for yourself, take the bloody time for yourself
Hmm. Right.
because you're not going to be able to assist somebody if your love for yourself, your purpose, which is to love yourself, you can't spread love if you don't love yourself. It's
Right.
false.
Right. You can't pour into others what you don't have.
It's false.
Yep.
It's
You can't.
absolutely false.
Yeah. I think that
When did
th-
you fall in
when
love with
when you like you said, when you are stripping yourself of everything and getting to know who you are, you you have a chance to redefine
yourself?
what you think you are worth. Or you know what I mean?
Because some people get stagnated and stuck and feel as though that that's something that they need to reprimand themselves with, or if they can block it and not actually um, attack it head on, that they can continue to. It's like putting on bandages.
Hmm.
get cut, put on the first band-aid. That band-aid comes off or it starts coming off, it's still on,
Mhm.
half on, half off, and you put another band-aid to hold that. Can you imagine
Mhm.
just continuing to put the bandage on?
Mhm.
And then one day you come to yourself and you say, you know what, let me strip this bandage. You're going to take your whole skin off,
Yeah.
especially on one side.
Yeah. And you ever get to the point where you just keep putting on Band-Aids and putting on Band-Aids and none of them is sticking?
Yeah.
So you
Again,
do
that's the
that too.
perfect.
We do that too. We keep covering over things with new identities or new ideas,
Mhm.
and it's just not sticking.
No.
It's not sticking
Nope.
because now it's too thick. It
Yes.
it's losing its stickiness, so it's not working. And
Yep.
usually the perp what you end up doing is taking everything off,
Mhm.
washing the wound,
Mhm.
and placing a clean bandage over it.
Mhm.
And that's the point. That's where we are.
Or not even putting a bandage over it, just making it heal because our skin heals itself.
Mhm.
And
How
that
our mothers
healing,
used to say back in the day, "Let some air get on it."
yeah, that's some egging on, yeah, because that's my husband is so big on it. He's so old school. He's like, yo, let's stop putting band-aids on everything. He stopped buying band-aids. He don't buy a
Mhm.
band-aid. First of all,
Yeah,
because you know the kids be ripping them off and then they just put it on for no reason.
right. Like,
They're
"Let
not
it
supposed to be.
breathe."
He enjoys saying, you don't need a band-aid. Let that thing breathe. Let it get some air.
Mhm.
It'll heal itself.
Yeah. So that's where you are, and then that's where you determine like your self-worth. And I think that women especially, we put our worth into our children, the things that we possess, the
Mm-hmm.
things that we've accomplished. I think I talked
Mm-hmm.
about this before where the therapist asked me, who am I?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Outside of everything that you've accomplished, outside of your kids, outside of the degrees, outside of your position, your role, who are you? And that's when it kind of hit me like I
Ooh.
don't know anymore
Mm.
because everything that I do today is for other people. She's like, "What do you do for fun?" And I was just like, "I don't know anymore." Because think about it, our 20s, we did have our kids young. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
younger than what they're doing these days.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, with the
you know,
wood.
we had our kids young, but we still was partying, we was out, we was,
Mm-hmm.
enjoying life still. We had supportive family members to allow us to still kind of enjoy our 20s. And
Mm-hmm.
then, it got to the point where it was like, all right, it's time for us to be adults. We got to go get those full-time jobs. We got to work 9 to 5s. And then you automatically shift into I wake up, I get my kids ready for school, I go to work, I come home, I get them ready for bed. We get up, we do it all over again. So now there's no more free time. Your free time then becomes parent teacher conferences,
Mm-hmm.
soccer practice, basketball practice, piano lessons, like all of
Mm-hmm.
these things. And then before you know it, your child is graduating high school and you no
Mm-hmm.
longer have an identity
Yes.
other than the accomplishments that you made, going to work and getting promotions and things like that, or starting businesses, whatever it is. But it's just kind of like, okay, but who are you? And
So
we
what was
forget.
your answer?
I told her, I was like, I don't know. So she had me do like this what do you call, like an exercise. She
Mm-hmm.
said, what are things that you love? Like think about things that bring you joy. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I like to dance. I used to go dancing a lot. I said, and people will say, okay, well, that's why I used to go to the club was to dance. We like to dance. So
Yeah.
she was like, well, when's the last time you went dancing? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I go out, but not to, I just go out just to be going out. So I'm not in the house, but I'm not
Mm.
going out to dance specifically. So
Okay.
she told me, she was like, find a dance class.
Mm,
Turn on a dance video, learn dances at home, do something that is going to bring you joy. And I think I told you this. That's the whole mirror idea that I came up with. Turn the
oh,
music on, get in front of the mirror, just enjoy yourself, enjoy you, enjoy looking at yourself move, enjoy
yeah.
all of that because that helps you to fall in love with yourself. Once you fall in love with yourself because you're enjoying yourself, now you can determine your worth. Because now that I love myself and I could dance in the mirror by myself, you got to be a special somebody to come up in my space.
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So and I'm giving myself time to just be with me. So
Yeah.
now when the little kids and the kiddies is knocking on the door saying they hungry or they want to go here or they want to use the car or they need some money or whatever, I'm not so uptight or exhausted
Overwhelmed.
or whatever because I took time out for me.
Yeah.
And that's how I kind of came into the whole self-worth thing. It's because I first had to learn who I was and fall in
Hmm.
love with myself. Yeah.
Yeah. What's one thing that you do other than dancing? What's another thing that you
Um, I
do?
not like a gamer, but I like my little phone games. It's this
Okay.
one game I'm on like level 1172.
Is it Royal Match? Don't tell me it's Royal Match. Oh.
Gardenscapes.
Oh, we started
I
that, but then we,
yeah, I
girl, you gotta get some Royal Match, girl.
I
Mhm.
like that. Not that it brings me joy, but it gives me something to do with my mind. I did start yoga a few years ago.
Mhm.
I haven't done it in a while, but I did start yoga. I do enjoy doing yoga.
Mhm.
There's just this release that I get, in doing the different poses or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and outside of that, I haven't really found much of anything else for me to do.
Mhm.
But the game in yoga is my piece, and I'm good with that.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not
What about
bad.
you?
Um, actually, my son had to tell me about myself the other day. He was like, "You don't get your nails done no more. Why you don't do that?" I said, "'Cause I ain't got no money."
Right.
This is solved solution. And when
Mhm.
I stopped because I was helping the man build his business. So being out and I was tomboy all the way again. I mean, I'm always a tomboy, but I had to sweat and sneakers and hoodies because we out there doing freight.
Mhm.
Who doing nails and freight? Unless you
Right.
just don't touch, which we don't really touch sometimes unless we got pushed. But I'm not breaking my nails.
Right. Right. Right.
And we were so busy going across the United States.
Mhm.
When was I gonna have time? By the time I got back, I was leaving again. I couldn't even
Right.
see my kids. I was leaving again.
Right.
I barely saw my kids. The
Right.
other day I sat down and I was so upset with myself. I wasn't upset. Let me say that. Let me run that back again. I wasn't upset, but I said to myself, I was in the shower. I was
Mhm.
like, the things we do,
You said say that again?
the things we do in life, the
Oh
things
yeah.
we got to do in life is like until you sit down and look at it, it's like, oh my God, I was gone for like almost a complete year.
We ain't gonna talk about that on here.
No, I mean, we were here taking care of them, but it's like you were back and forth, and it
Right.
wasn't
Right.
like you weren't spending no time. I feel like I lost. I didn't lose, but I feel like now I could never go back.
Mhm.
I told him the other day, I said, "You're never going back." He was like, "Oh, I know that. You ain't got to tell me."
No, we do things for we do things for our kids because we have to.
Yeah, his mother was a lot. I heard his mother helped us a lot. A lot. She did a lot.
Mhm,
But she was here a lot.
mhm.
And I was just like, so bad. Thinking
It
about it.
yeah. I remember I don't know if you remember when I sent my daughter down south to live with my mother,
Yeah.
or at least I thought I was.
But
My daughter was there for 30 days, and I was like, "You know what? I'm coming too."
yeah.
Go ahead and enroll her in school. I put my 2-week notice in and was out.
Oh my God.
Like,
Mm,
who
mm,
I remember, my
mm,
aunt
mm.
called me, and my aunt was like, "Oh, I commend you for recognizing that, you needed to do what was best for your child." And in my mind, I'm like, "I'm
Amen.
about to go get my about to go
Right.
get my baby."
Look at my
And
baby right now.
yeah, and it was just like, okay, what I thought was best for her was to
Yeah.
send her with my mom, thinking
Right.
that, okay, I can get myself together in New Jersey while my child is in Georgia, right?
Right. Right.
And no, it literally was I think that conversation alone, when my aunt called me, was like,
Sure.
not that I thought that people thought I couldn't do it.
Right.
It was like, hold up, lady.
Wait there.
God, what I'm about to do, what I'm about to do, what I'm about to do.
Yes.
I packed that apartment up.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
like, I'm
Yes.
out. I am out to put my 2-week notice in. And it's funny because when I did that, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, she must have got evicted. She must have got fired. No, I was in a space where I really had to reevaluate my life.
It happened.
And we were party animals. Not that we didn't take care of our kids but we were just, I was working
Right.
to party.
Right. I agree.
like
We were.
like you understand what I'm saying? And it
Yeah.
was just like, this is not how I'm supposed to be living my life.
Yeah.
It's just not how I'm supposed to be living my life. And there was just a lot of things going on at the time where I I don't want to say I didn't have self-worth, but I didn't believe in my worth. And the decisions that I was making at the time were
Mhm.
not the best decisions for the woman who I knew I could be. The mother I knew I could be. And so that kind of was in that season where it was like, all right.
So with that, again, women, mothers, sisters, fathers,
Mhm,
brothers, it's more of we, the self-worth. It's not that we were doing things wrong. It's just that we had to grow through it. We had to figure out the purpose of what we were doing.
mhm,
Now we can look back and say we did some things.
mhm.
We acted and behaved in a certain way, and we we weren't wrong.
No. For me, I will say, I'm gonna segue a little bit. In a particular season of my life, I valued other people loving me more than I valued
Oh,
me
segue.
loving.
Wait a minute. Ain't that one of my things?
Yeah, that's what I'm segueing.
Okay. Okay.
More than I valued myself
Hmm.
loving me.
Okay.
So I was a high functioning, this person loves me. So that means that I'm something, as opposed to I love me. So
Right.
I'm always going to be something. So in that season, it was just kind of like, if that person or people would have took their love from me,
Hmm.
I wouldn't have survived because I was thriving off of that. Um And when my aunt called and mentioned something about my child not
Mm-hmm.
being with me, I think it hit me hard because it was like, one, my love for my child should be way more than love from anybody else, because that's,
Right.
at least at the time I thought that my child loves me regardless. So
Right.
why did
Right.
I push her away, in a sense, quote unquote, push her away, in a
Yeah.
sense, but I didn't push the people who I was fighting for away. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yes.
I'm talking indirectly, but I know somebody out there going to understand what I'm saying without saying it.
I understand. Out of 100 and 10,000, I
Yeah.
understand.
You know what I mean? So it was just kind of like, all right, cool. Now it was me putting my child first
Mhm. Mhm.
and running
Mhm.
after my child. And I thought in that new season that I was approaching, when I, dropped everything and moved from Jersey to Georgia, I
Right.
thought that chasing after my child to be a good mother, this is where the motherhood took precedent in my life,
Okay.
because
Okay.
now I'm chasing my motherhood because I
Right.
gotta be a mother to her. And from there it was, let me be a good mom. I'm gonna put her in sports, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make sure I go back to school, get my education, because I need more money and this that. But motherhood was the driving force. It still wasn't love for self, but it was love for my child. You get,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So it was a
Yeah.
whole little, you go through cycles to get to where you need to be. And then once I realized that that still wasn't fulfilling me,
Mhm.
it was just kind of like, okay, because I gotta get to know me. Like, who am I, and what do I need, and what do I desire, and what do I like, and what do I want? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, I don't know how we got there, but anyway. I
I'm trying to get these people to close my door because I know you guys can hear, but I can hear, so I just want them to close my door.
can't hear
Now
it.
that I'm in a whole new set.
Yeah. So loving yourself versus loving the idea of someone loving you. What are your thoughts on that?
Um, hold on, let me just okay, so loving yourself versus loving the idea of someone loving you. When I I'm thinking quickly. I'm sifting through my life real quickly. At first, and this is honesty. Oh God, the honesty. So the honesty was at first I enjoyed loving the idea of someone actually loving me when I started dating my husband.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of was both because I at 16, which I'm not supposed to be dating people,
Mm-hmm.
but when I met him, I think I was confused because I saw so many people around me dating, and a lot of people, at that I was a tomboy. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't feel as though I looked like anything to be out there dating anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I started getting into myself at that time,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I started dressing differently. I started wearing tighter clothes. I started, really working on certain areas of my body, eating a little bit more, trying to get filled up because I was scrawny, extremely scrawny.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were boys that I did like, but it was like they didn't really like see me like that because I was a tomboy, so they saw me as their boy, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then I started dating, like just dating guys, and then Um, then I met him, and then it was different. It
Mhm.
wasn't like dating, like I was like just hanging out being with somebody. It was actually a date. It was actually I felt as though I really like this one.
Mhm.
Am I supposed to be feeling like this? And two, I knew he felt like it, but it hit him too hard. He wasn't ready.
Mm. Mhm.
So I enjoyed knowing that he loved me.
Mhm.
He broke up with me on my daggone birthday.
Ooh. I
And
think
I
I remember
couldn't,
this story.
okay, so I met the July, I met him for the, not the, for the July, June, end of June, beginning of July. Um, and then I was really heavy on making sure I saw him. Heavy, like there was just something about him I just really intriguingly liked about him, and he was quiet
Mhm.
and very smart, very extremely smart, smarter than the people I was around. But it makes it again because he was 5 years older than me. So, excuse me, I just fell in love. At first, again, I fell in love with him loving me, the idea of him loving me. And because not that I didn't get love at home, my dad is my dog, my homie, my bestie, my father loved me. He tell me he loved me. He always told me he loved me. So it wasn't that, but it was something different.
Right.
My brothers told me they
It's
loved me.
the love outside of your family members.
Yes,
Mhm.
and I can see that he means it. You don't find somebody to tell you that they love you and mean it,
Right.
especially at a young age. So when I
Right.
turned 17, he broke up with me on my birthday. Um, always saying that there was other options, which I understand at this age. As I got older, that just meant that he was still dating other people, and he wanted to see and make sure that I was the one that he wanted to be with. But the idea of loving someone loving me at that point it felt good.
Mhm.
It felt really good. After we got back together, no. Before we got back together, I realized that I need to love myself again. I need to love myself because that's what my father taught me to do. Always love myself. So at that point, when he wanted to get back with me, it was just like I ain't studying you.
Right. Right.
She is not studying you. Low
You've been
key
down
crying,
south too long.
low key crying out to myself every day, crying to myself at night, like low key crying like this dude really broke my heart. But forget him,
Right.
forget him. I'm gonna make you work this time. That's how I'm gonna know whether or not you're right or not.
Mhm.
So low key loving myself, I had to remind myself that I do love myself and why I love myself. And at that point, I didn't have no kids or anything. Why did I love myself? And
Why does
it,
it why does it take for a heartbreak for us to be like, because they got me messed
they
up.
got me messed up. They got me messed up. Who do you think they playing with? Do they not see this?
Right.
You don't see this. You
Right.
don't see this. You. There's no way that you can honestly say that you don't see this. And
Right.
foolish of me, and I had my own mirrors. My mother made sure we had mirrors in our room to do the same thing, look at yourself and know why. And
Mhm.
um, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, okay, crying every night, missing him.
Right. Because you
Then
gotta go through it. You gotta go through it.
meeting a really bad guy, and then breaking up with them. Well, not we already just fell apart with that, and then meeting someone else that was cheating, and then crying to myself. And I'm just like, no, I do love myself, but y'all not gonna play me. I'm gonna
Right.
have fun at this point.
Right.
I'm learning myself.
Right.
I'm learning that this is a game that I'm finna play. And I'm gonna tell y'all one time, I'm gonna win.
Right.
So
Right. All
loving
you need
myself.
is that hurt to make you be like,
Child,
"Oh, okay."
wait a minute. Yeah, nigga be like, wait, hold up. You like my grandmother did my cousin like, I said, take off your glasses. You see yourself? Let me help you. She said she turned my cousin said she stopped him down at the store. She didn't even nobody knew he was there. Turned the because he rides motorcycles. Turned the mirror to himself. She said, look up in there. What do you think? He said himself. She said, you look like stick broke off in you. You look good. So why?
Right.
Why? How could you? Why? Don't do that. No. Mm-mm. And she said she turned around and walked about her business. So y'all gonna wake up and know who y'all are.
Right. Yeah.
So that was my one time with him, loving, having someone love me,
Like loving the idea of
love,
him loving
yeah,
you.
idea of loving me. But then growing up and going through child, and I think it was great in my relationship. It's just that then again, life and family wanting you to be just something that you're trying to figure out who you are, but
Mhm.
not allowing you to do that. Um, so then loving the idea of someone loving you doesn't exist for me anymore because he's already always make sure I know that that's something that I continue to do because he
Mhm.
does it to himself. Oh, he loves himself. Trust me, that man love himself. If don't nobody, he always would say, if God forbid anything ever happened to us and we broke up, one, I wouldn't want anybody else. Because I don't want you. This is you're my love.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't want to deal with anything else. I can love myself. I love myself
Mhm.
enough to be by myself.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, please.
Right.
A lot of people can't do that.
Right.
A lot of people struggle with loving themselves
Right.
and they enjoy, not enjoy, but they, what's the word? They,
It's like they thrive off of the love of
mm-hmm,
people.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. It's hard.
But it usually takes those seasons where God will sit you down and say, "You don't have nobody around you. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit here and wallow and fiend for the love of others, or are you going to love yourself?"
And what, okay, now we're not supposed to touch this one. I don't know what season this is or what episode this is, but segueing to the sidebar actually to
Mhm.
remember when we were speaking about the other generations before us, the baby boomers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
What if that some that those that era
Mhm.
still does not um, want to do that,
That's their journey.
but they include everybody else in it
But I think that
and give a guilt trip.
I think that I was just talking to my daughter about this last night. I
Mm,
think that each generation was given tools to
mm,
handle what they were going through in whatever timeline they were in, right?
mm, mm.
I think that our generation utilizes some of the tools more than others.
Okay, I understand what you mean.
Our generation utilizes the tool more than the generations before us. So therapy is not a new thing, right?
No,
But our generation understands the benefit of it so that we can learn ourselves to be better people.
right.
The generation before us is still a little like no, I don't need therapy. This is not what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So our generation, because we're like, no, we have these resources along with the word of God is going to make us better people, right?
Right.
Now the generations after us, look at how much they're healing. Look at, like, the Me Too movements and things like that that they are utilizing to better their generations. I just think that it depends on where you are in life and how you're going to handle it. Sometimes also, in addition to,
Uh, uh,
people
uh, uh.
don't realize that God put them in a season where they have to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are literally in a season where they are supposed to sit down and they are still walking around, jumping, skipping, hop rope, like doing all the things. And it's just like, you don't see that God is telling you to
Relax.
come here and sit here and let's
Mm-hmm.
just not,
Mm-hmm.
like, some people just don't see it. And I don't know if it's because they don't have a relationship with God or if they're just blindly ignoring him.
Mm. Mm. Whoa.
So, that's just what it is too.
Whoa.
Because we might have had okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Remember the night we went out, we was driving down 22.
Mhm.
It was a car crash in front of us.
Oh my God. Oh, do I remember? I can't pass that area without saying, y'all don't understand what this
Girl,
this
I
this
be doing
does to
35
me in
miles
the
an hour on that road. So there was a crash in front of us. We go around it. And then another car bounced off the wall in front of us.
and
And
flip.
we still proceeded. He didn't flip. He didn't flip. Because the first crash, I was gonna stop. Y'all was like, no, 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 keep going, keep going. So we drove a little bit further.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm gonna tell you, when you come back to New Jersey, when you drive down this road, the first crash, where the first crash was, they have
Mm.
speed bumps. Mind you, this is a highway. There are speed bumps right there now. Then when you get to where the
Where
second
was
crash
that?
was,
Where was that when we was driving? Where was that when we was
that
driving?
curve, now they got these flashing lights to make you slow down. So where the first crash was, we no, keep going, keep going. Then the
What?
second car bounced in front of us. Y'all like, no, no, keep going, keep going. Because the second one, I was a little scared at that point. So I was
Because
like,
it
I'm
kind of like
driving.
flipped. It was like one of them flipped. I felt like it flipped over us. It was like a
It
movie.
might have been the second one. I don't really remember the second one, but I know by the time the second one hit, at this point, I'm scared now because I'm the one driving. And y'all are like, go, go, go.
We going out tonight. Hit the gas,
Right.
girl. I don't know what they're
And
going through back there, but we going.
right. And we still went out, but I don't think that we even enjoyed ourselves. And I think the party ended up being like a dud or whatever it was. But
Yeah.
it was just kind of like
Mhm.
how we weren't in the right space to receive the message.
No, he wasn't.
You
And
understand
it's
what I'm
funny
saying?
to us. It's funny to us now, but when
Right.
it happened, it was like a movie.
Right. And we were just like, no, we still going out, we still hanging out. And I think slowly after that is when the season of let's go
Yeah.
out started
hmm
to die down, because that was, to me, God saying, this, you need to slow down.
There's a lot going on with all y'all in that car
Okay.
individually,
Right.
and
Right.
y'all doing this together.
Right.
I'm giving y'all all signs
Right.
together
To
since y'all
sit
want to do it
down.
together. Come
I
on.
remember, I don't know if this was before or after, and again, I'm not a prophet or anything, but I remember just looking at you one day as we walking out the door of my apartment, because we usually always met up at my spot. And I was like, you don't really gotta go out with us tonight. You're the only one who in a relationship, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yep.
might want to go
Yep.
home and be, and you was straight like, nah, I'm good. And I was
I
like,
sure
okay.
was.
Look,
I sure
but
was.
to me, it was, I have no idea
Mhm.
why I said what I said. I didn't know what was going on at home. It wasn't like you was telling me that there was like issues or anything at home. It was just
Nothing.
random. We about to walk out the door, and I just stopped and was like, hmm.
Because we've always, it's like you said in the last podcast. Y'all gotta listen to the podcast. I mean, this one is gonna be, we have always had our purpose intentionally.
Mhm,
There were noises that we might have created
mhm,
to ignore the
mhm.
signs
Yep.
that we were supposed to chill out.
Right,
Because
right.
we
Yep.
get them. We've
Yeah.
always gotten them. But did we adhere to
Nope.
those actual signs?
We weren't listening.
You brought back that car, that bridge.
No, this
I
wasn't even
never,
a bridge. This was
the
22.
underpass, the
Yeah,
underpass,
yeah, 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 yeah.
the underpass. That's crazy. Now they got a bump and
Yes.
light. The
Yes.
nerve of them. The nerve. The
Yes. And
nerve.
and every time I get to that section, you know, I've developed anxiety while driving now,
Oh
right?
no.
Never really understood like where it came from. It definitely spiked after I had the last one. But when I get in that area, like you said, when you pass it, you remember. When I'm the little speed bump thingies, them little what you call them things, them
I
speed
don't
bumps.
even know. It's to wake you up or something.
Right, but it's like and it's like two sets. And I think I'm like, that car crashed right there.
Right there.
And that I don't know if it's and that wasn't even the curve part. That was still the
No, it was a
straight
straightaway.
road.
Yes.
So I don't know, like, but all in all, I we people are
They
just
sped around us.
yeah. When you get those messages, sometimes people blatantly ignore them, like we
Yeah.
did, and
Yeah, we
people
did. We
we
sure
went
did.
still went to the party. It could have been people dead in them cars. We don't know. We kept going.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because and what if that was supposed to be like us stopping and saving them? We will never know, but we kept going. And I think that the generations before us, and even people in our generations, whoever, it doesn't even matter where you are. Some people really just don't know when God is telling them to sit down.
Yeah,
Um,
I understand. Yeah.
and slow, or not even sit down, just slow down, reevaluate, readjust, rip the band-aid off and
Yeah.
let it breathe. You know what I
Patience.
mean?
Patience,
Like,
because that's one thing I learned with being with him is he is patient. I didn't grow up with it. I didn't grow up in my house with it. There
mhm,
is no patience. Um, maybe my older brother, but he has different type of patience, but not now. No.
mhm,
But my husband is patient. So I had no way around not learning how to be patient. And
mhm,
even to this day, like I told you, I met the guy at the salon. He was like, just be patient. He's like, I don't know
mhm,
you. He's like, we're gonna buy some red wine from you because my back. I just started explain. Oh yeah, I started explaining to him from sidebar, but I started explaining to him red wine, and he was like, he looked at me, he was like, it does what? And I told him, he was like, I have back spasms, and it's from sitting down and doing all of it. I know it is, and I
mhm,
need something to release it so I can actually relax. I can't relax. And I was just like, and I was just telling him about the lady's husband. He was like, he looked at me, he stepped back, he stopped doing that, he looked back, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and it's on your website. What's your website? He told about my website. He messaged me in chat, and he was like, yeah, what's the name of it? Because I know you said you did something. I said,
mhm,
on with it, and I'll
mhm.
message you back and tell you what it's called.
Yeah.
Intentional. Who I wasn't supposed to be at that nail salon.
Right, right. And you went to the nail salon and you got a sale. Right,
And a
you got
discount on my nails.
right, right. Yep, yep.
Who
Because like,
knew?
yep. But to bring it back into the self-worth, um, you going in there and talking about your product, you're confident in your product.
Very much.
You're confident in your purpose and using your herbs to heal the people. And that is you knowing that, in a sense, that you are worthy of this. And it ties, like he said, be patient, because as long as you are true to you,
Mm-hmm.
it'll come.
You
It'll
say you
come.
were 4 months without a sale. That has now come up 4 months without one sale.
Hmm.
And then you said after that 4 months, and you did everything that you should have been doing. You be patient and be intentional stuff. And got one customer, and then started coming. Like, now you said it's going slow now after the holidays, but
Yeah. You just have
for the
to
people.
pour into you,
Yes,
pour
that's
into
exactly what he
you,
said.
pour into your business. Your brand is you. Your business is you. So pour into you, know your worth. It's the same for me. I have my side business is seasonal. But in the workplace, it's the same thing. Just knowing
Right,
my worth and who I am. Um, I'm not gonna say I don't gotta get up and go to work because I do,
right.
but I know what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. So, but I want to end the episode
Mhm.
um, with a topic about self worth, which will lead us into our next episode. And that is, we kind of briefly touched on it earlier, as far as our self worth and believing in ourselves and the love, the love of others. But do you think that as women, we tend to big each other up to protect each other as far as like insecurities or things like that? So like how I just was like, yeah, Natalie, you want to get some sales?
Right.
Do you think that we do that as women just to protect our insecurities?
Okay, okay. If this one's a little bit, I don't know where I got that question. Um, with that question, I don't.
Hmm. I do.
I I don't. You say you do?
Hmm.
I don't. I don't because I kind of say I don't feel that it's real. I don't feel that it's. I'm not saying that everything I say is the best, the greatest. I'm the best. I'm always telling honest truth. I try to.
Hmm.
I guess that's why I don't end up with a lot of friends because I don't know.
Like, I don't got a lot of friends either, so
I don't. I
but-
don't.
but you don't, but you don't have a lot of friends. I do, and I don't have a lot of friends. So, I guess it don't matter whether we trying to protect each other or not. So I would I would just say that I do think that as women, we lie to each other to protect each other's feelings and based off of our insecurities, only because I think we understand each other. And
Mm,
sometimes women know that we need cheerleaders in our lives. So I wouldn't say I would lie to a friend or another woman,
uh-huh.
but I would definitely um give blind encouragement
Give
to
me an
protect
example real
others.
quick before we leave out today. Come on, give me just a real quick one. Nothing big because we're
So
gonna start this again.
and it's twofold because I gotta give you the other half of it. But if I know you struggle with your beauty, your image, and most women will not walk around and say I'm ugly, right?
Mm, okay.
But you can. you can tell when a woman is uncomfortable in her skin,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I am the person that will say, let's say I'll give you a real life example. I'm at someone's house. I just met this person. It was my ex's sister or whatever. I hope she never watches this, but she'll know the
It's
truth today.
happening. But go ahead.
Uh,
Okay.
um, she was getting dressed to go out with her friends. I
Mm.
noticed how when her friends came in, how her energy shifted. And I could tell why. They were small, light skin, long hair, beautiful, big butts, looking good. Okay?
Oh.
Typical. She didn't quite look like she fit in with that crowd. So you can tell immediately that, and I could be overlooking this, but I think
Mm-hmm.
that they probably hung out around her as the ugly friend.
Oh.
So I see her in the room struggling, trying to pick something. So I'm the kind of person to go in there like, girl, you need to put that on with that, and you're going to kill it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Not that
Okay.
I lied, but it was
Okay.
blind encouragement where it was like, I'm going to boost your self esteem no matter what because I want you to believe that you're the shit.
Okay. I
So I'm not
understand.
necessarily, I don't, it's not a lie. You get what I'm saying? But
Right.
because she wasn't the prettiest one. In all, like no, seriously, like in all, if I'm being 100%
Lord,
real, she was not the prettiest girl in the bunch.
but
Aesthetically, I'm just gonna say aesthetically. However, that does not mean that she was not beautiful, and I did not want her to not feel beautiful, and I did not want her to go out with her friends and feel all of her insecurities, and then they clown her because you know how women are. There's
yeah.
always that drama
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
certain friend groups, and I didn't want her to feel that. So
Yeah.
I was, nah, put this on with this and this. Now I think you should pull your hair back, and just trying to give her the confidence that she needed, so that when she stepped out with her friends, she didn't feel like the ugly friend.
Is that what you used to do with me?
No,
Uh,
you're
why the,
different because I would
then
be
why the
like,
heck? Then why
no,
the heck you let me go out, come outside looking like that for my bridal shower? I looked at a mess.
what you
I'm
had on
gonna
for your
segue with a picture when I
No,
get
no,
that.
no, 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 no. You did not get dressed with me.
Oh, that's true.
I met you there. I met you there. So that ain't on me. That is not them is your other friends. Them is the other friends. And I hope they watching because yes, it was y'all. Cause I would have been like, I don't even remember what you had on. But
Don't worry.
if I'm about to go look at the picture, but but if I noticed that you felt uncomfortable or you was a little iffy, because you would have asked me, and I would have been
I
like,
kn-
I would have
and I
either
was.
said it was cool, or
Mhm,
this is what would have happened. I would have either said it was cool and bigged you up enough
mm-mm,
where you felt
mm-mm,
comfortable with
mm-mm,
what you had on,
mm-mm.
or I would,
No,
you know what? I just
no.
had a flashback while I was talking.
You remember what it was? Huh?
We went in the bathroom and you was like, you was asking me what shoes to put on because then you have like multiple pairs of shoes with you or something. Because you didn't feel comfortable in that outfit. Now that I think about it, but we was already there. You ain't had no change of clothes, so it was just like, what we gonna
I
do?
was just about to say the reason why I don't know where I got this question from, but the reason why I don't is because you
hmm
and then I met Latanya,
hmm
and y'all don't understand how much y'all have. Um,
In common.
y'all have so much in common
hmm
that y'all make sure that that no, oh no, no, we're not going through that one. Let's go ahead and go through what else we may have to do.
Right.
And the way y'all are, it's like you're going. I'm gonna go off of what your energy is.
Mhm.
And I always would feel like, oh, I know exactly how to get. I know how y'all going to roll because y'all not gonna roll in any
Mhm.
other way.
Mhm.
We had our thick days. We had our
Mhm.
thick days, but we were always um, looking the way we exactly how. I know that you're not gonna say you didn't look right. But I'm
Right.
telling you now, I'm talking about it in 2024. I need to redo my wedding. I need to do the shower, not the wedding, the shower part definitely.
Because
Um,
I didn't have nothing to do with none of that.
I know, I know. What else is it?
Nope. I didn't have nothing to do with none of that.
But
I
that was
don't know
good
if I would
too.
have done a better job. I enjoyed myself. I kind of thought you did too, but
The shower?
that was the shower, right? The shower, right?
Mayhem, mayhem. I felt like shenanigans.
Was that the shot? What was that night when we took that picture looking like thugs and dresses?
That
What
was
was
the night.
that was the
That was
shower?
the night.
Okay,
That was
yeah.
the night.
It
That
was
was
a
the
little
best night.
confusion. It was a little all over the
There was a
place. Like,
lot of confusion.
like, yeah,
There was a
but
lot of confusion. There was a lot of confusion.
but
But
okay, so
that
I'll
just
tell you this. I'll tell you
what
this. I'll
yeah.
tell you this. I didn't lie to you.
No.
Let me preface it with that.
Okay.
But
Mm.
I do think
I
that
know.
certain people that you were around, you
Yeah.
probably felt a little intimidated by.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it to me. Give it to me.
And, and I probably would have pulled you to the side and was like, nah, you know, you got it, or whatever. But it wasn't that I was lying. It was more so,
To
I guess
keep
in that
me.
moment, bitch, I'm here with you. So whatever it is what it
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes.
Like, I
Yes.
think that's what it probably was.
Yes.
But yeah, that
That was
I
not. That was not. I look at that picture. I'm just like, mm, mm,
yeah, but you didn't ask me to do it, so.
I know. Clearly, if I'm bringing it back up in
The
2024.
shade, the shade.
Clearly. I told him, I said, I need to do my baby shower over. And there's only two people that gonna be there.
Yeah.
Two. He felt
No,
like
it was nice. It was what it was supposed to be at the
that
time.
night was a disaster to me. I've
It
never had a worse night.
could
Don't try to clean it up. I'm telling you the truth on how I
because
felt.
I'm trying to
It
remember
was
what
a
all we did because we
disaster
went to like different places, but I don't
for
remember
no
why.
reason.
That's what I'm about to say. I don't remember why.
But why? No, we're doing it over. We're doing it
Yeah,
over. And
it,
that's
it
not
was.
even, that
I
just has to,
think it was still fun. We was just there to celebrate you, to celebrate your wedding.
and I was not
Um,
having fun.
it
I put
was.
on
It
a
is.
great face tonight.
You
Okay.
got drunk. You know, it was cool.
I mean,
Matter of fact, didn't you get drunk and have to go home with me?
which way I should have been in the goddamn, oops, excuse me, in the first place.
And I
That's
didn't
all,
even take you there, so I don't know how you ended up with me.
that's all right. That's all right.
Like how I became the responsible party. But
Purpose
but
driven, purpose
but
driven, purpose
but
driven.
that's when I'm saying when I didn't lie to you. I
Mm-mm.
just it was one of those I got you moments. Like
Clean
whatever.
me up. I got you. Don't worry about it. I know what it is. I see the situation. I wasn't involved. I can't help you. But let's just have fun because we usually
Right.
have fun and let's do what we do. I
Yeah.
understand. I understand this, Simon. And I
But
think you did too.
yeah, but to end the episode, right?
Protect you.
It you we don't protect each other's feelings, but we choose peace or drama.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
I'm gonna just leave it there.
Ooh.
Peace or drama, because it could have been drama.
It sure could have been because we was with some people that I ain't never met in my life before.
You ain't know them people.
Not a lot, no.
Them people that's in them pictures with us. You don't know who the hell was people. I thought they was your friends.
Y'all picking peace or drama because we gonna have to leave y'all with that.
Lord
We'll
Jesus.
explain that in a minute. We told y'all we have topics. We have topics.
Lord Jesus. We're gonna have to talk about that one offline. I ain't know you knew ain't know them people. You had me out with people you ain't even know.
And I know you don't do that. Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah. We was in Newark, New Jersey. No, you did. No, the hell you did not. I thought them people was your friends. Cause I was just like, who the hell?
I'm gonna need y'all to tune in on to season 3. Episode 3. Look, I'm losing it. Episode 3.
Episode
Episode
3.
3.
We
Peace.
got to
We pick
continue
peace
this.
or drama. And with the peace and drama, we will kind of still have to tie in self-worth
Yeah.
slightly.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It goes in there. Yep. Yep.
So
But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Come back to the next episode where we will continue our discussions. And hold on. You ain't even got me on my piece. Hold on, let me that. Make sure you go shop SetTeaS.com to do
whoa, yeah.
all your healing herbs. I'm placing my order on Friday night, so get ready.
Yeah, no worries. I'm ready. I have one. We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. But yes, place your orders. They're starting to come in slowly, but I'm excited because that just means people are actually feeling and understanding that what I'm telling them about these products, they're feeling it, and I'm enjoying that part of it. And like this is my love. I can't even say that it's just hard work. It's nothing. I mean, my daddy. I was telling my daddy real quick. I was telling my daddy about the young lady and her husband. He was like, "So what can I do about this arthritis that keep coming in? Ever since I had the heart attack and the surgery, my hand keep going like this. And even when I wash my hands, I said, Daddy, you can learn about it. I said, you can't live off of it, but it can help control it a little bit and ease it. And not long story short, story long, mine as well in the left arm, this hand, this little finger right here, sometimes it gets stiff in the morning when it's cold. That's why I tried to move to a state that was a little warmer, but this morning was 15 degrees. People help me understand what's going on. The cold weather's not me. But I drank my Verifine. I type all night.
No.
Nothing. So
Wow.
they work, people. You just have to intentionally chat with me. It's
Right.
on the website. It's on the website. Ask me questions. I will answer. It comes up on the phone. If I don't know, which is going to be kind of hard because I know what to give. I
Right.
use the products and I know my 102 grandfather explained certain things to me. So,
Right.
well, my mother then, and I know how it works. So
All right. Yep. So reach out on setteas.com or email setteas.love@gmail.com.
don't forget y'all topics, please. If you're listening, definitely follow. We have so many of y'all viewing us. I don't see any likes. I don't see any subscribes. I don't see no love. If it's not for you, don't be like that. Go on and send it off, share it out, and let us get where we gonna be. Let's do it. Stop playing.
Yeah. All right. Well, until next episode, guys,
Yeah,
thanks for tuning in.
have a good one.